It is a race against time for the rescue teams that are working round the clock to search for the survivors at the 30-story building collapse site in Bangkok. The teams have been deployed with high technology to locate for signs of life. Remember, nearly 50 people are still likely trapped under the rubble after it collapsed on Friday. Let's go across to my colleague Vishal, who's joining us live from Bangkok. Vishal, what is the status on the rescue operations at the site as of now?
Well, it's still a stalemate of sorts ever since we last reported. It's been more than 12 hours and the operations are still going on. It's been almost 40 hours now since the earthquake struck, and the rescue operations have been going on. Hundreds of people are working together to get the people out who are stuck inside that mountain of carnage, mountain of steel, and almost 4-story high pile of concrete and steel are there. So rescue authorities are working round the clock. The operations went overnight, but so far they have not been able to pull anyone out. I've seen at least 5 to 6 cranes trying to sift through the carnage, but they have not been able to be successful so far. Right now I'm at one of the main parks in Thailand, in Bangkok, and this is where people ran in and they sheltered for the night when the earthquake struck, the tremor struck. And many reports and visuals have been shared online which show that people were camping here out of fear of another earthquake striking or tremor striking, and some buildings had to be evacuated, and those people had to spend the night here. Right now the situation seems quite normal here. You can see people walking around and going about their daily activities, but situation is far from normal in the Chatuchak market where we were yesterday. We'll soon be there, and the whole road is still cordoned off. It's far from normal there, but most of the Bangkok area seems to be just normal like this. We have with us one of the Indian residents here who have been living here for years. Sir, आप अपना नाम बता सकते हो?
दीपक यादव।
आप कितने साल से हो यहाँ पे?
यहाँ हमको हो गए 7-8 साल।
ओके, तो आप जब यहाँ पे अर्थक्वेक आया था तो आप कहाँ पर थे?
हम तो ये सुकमित में थे ना, सुकमित थोंगलो हाँ सिफा।
तो आपने भी कुछ एक्सपीरियंस किया था?
हाँ, वो जब आया ना हम बैठे थे, उसके बाद वो जब आया तो पहले ये सर चकराने लगा। उसके बाद हमने सोचा क्या हो गया, कुछ हो गया है क्या। उसके बाद देखा अचानक से वो सारा बिल्डिंग हिलने लगा, स्विमिंग पूल का ऊपर का पानी वो नीचे आने लगा। उसके बाद
तो आपने खुद भी जिस बिल्डिंग में आप थे वो बिल्डिंग बहुत वायलेंटली शेक कर रहा था?
वो पूरा हिलने लगा। उसके बाद सब लोग बाहर निकले, सब लोग जितने स्टाफ थे सब लोग बाहर पे जाके बैठे इंतजार किया। करीब 50 सेकेंड या 45 सेकेंड था।
अच्छा, एकदम लगातार वो पूरा हिल रहा था।
वो बहुत तेज हिल रहा था। वो बाकी लोग सारे लोग बाहर पे आ गए, सड़क पे जितने पब्लिक थी सारे लोग सड़क पे आए। और स्विमिंग पूल से एक ही नहीं, जितने बगल में थे उसके बगल से भी पानी गिर रहा था स्विमिंग पूल का सारा।
सुना और कुछ विजुअल्स भी देखे हैं कि लोग यहाँ पर भी रात बिताई, कुछ 1-1.5 हज़ार लोग कम से कम थे। तो आपने भी कुछ ऐसा?
आई थिंक हम देखा नहीं, लेकिन सुना कि उस दिन जब आए थे सब लोग डरे हुए थे, क्योंकि सब लोग पब्लिक सारा सड़क पे आ गया था। वो बीटीएस वगैरह सब बंद हो गया था ना इधर पे। तो हो सकता है कि ये लोग आके इधर पे रहा होंगे, मैंने देखा नहीं था।
तो अभी जो आपने खुद अपने एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बताया कि काफ़ी वायलेंटली शेक किया, तो अभी भी आपके मन में कुछ ऐसा डर है क्योंकि आपने खुद पर्सनली एक्सपीरियंस किया? हम लोग तो यहाँ नहीं थे।
हाँ नहीं, हम लोग तो डर तो था उस समय। बाकी बाद में वो क्या नेक्स्ट बोलते हैं कि दोबारा आने वाला है, लेकिन आया नहीं। लेकिन उस समय तो डर,
कुछ माइल्ड झटके आफ्टर शॉक्स आए थे, बट वो उतने हानिकारक नहीं है।
नहीं।
तो अभी आपका अगला प्लान क्या है? आप कुछ इसके लिए खुद आपके बिल्डिंग में कुछ प्रॉब्लम आया? क्योंकि काफ़ी सारे बिल्डिंग्स में यहाँ पे क्रैक्स वैक्स आ गए हैं।
हमारी बिल्डिंग में तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं आता, केवल वो स्विमिंग पूल वाला जो था वो पानी सारा नीचे आ गया था।
क्योंकि जिस होटल में मैं रुका हूँ उसमें भी कुछ इंस्पेक्शंस चल रहे हैं, तो करीब 500 से 600 बिल्डिंग्स का इंस्पेक्शन चल रहा है, 2000 तक हो सकते हैं। तो आपने भी ऐसा कुछ सुना है?
हाँ हमने सुना है। वो क्या बोलते हैं, एक है ना वो मॉल है फ्रामकावा का, उस समय हमने जाके देखा था, वो गया था उधर पे। तो जो ऊपर का होता है ना वो धीरे छोटा छोटा करके गिरा था सारा। जी, क्रैक आ गया।
one resident of Bangkok explaining to you the situation around the earthquake time and after, and then the aftermath. So situation was quite tense. He just explained it to us that he experienced a good 1 minute long tremor, a strong tremor. His whole building was shaking. He's safe now, but almost everyone who resides here has a similar story to tell, that they feared for their lives, but they are jumping back to normalcy. As we've been reporting that most of Bangkok is pretty normal. I've been around the city for the last 24 hours. Only that Chatuchak market is where the whole destruction is, the whole damage is. Authorities are working round the clock to get the people out. At least 50 are unaccounted for. Yesterday we spoke with a local MP who said that at least 15 people have been located to have some sort of vital signs. So whether or not they have been pulled out, that will have to be seen. But so far there's no good news coming out, because on the other side of the border as well, the destruction has been pretty severe. There have been some apocalyptic images and visuals that have been shared. Almost 1,600 people have died in Myanmar. And that country is not equipped to handle a earthquake of that magnitude, and they don't even have equipment to handle that. So all of that will have to be looked at in the next few days, how long it takes to get the people out, and then we'll get you the latest.
Vishal, you also spoke about the assessment that has been undertaken for the various buildings that were impacted. Of course, the skyscraper is the major one in Bangkok's Chatuchak market area. But any details on that front in terms of the assessment by the government as well?
I mentioned authorities have been giving out statements. Late last night, they released a statement saying that they are, instructing authorities, their subordinates, to go through the buildings and check all the buildings, almost all the buildings, about 2,000 buildings. The Bangkok area is filled with skyscrapers, and even in the hotel that we are staying in, that has issued a notice saying that a few areas are under inspection. So they have told us to be, ready to be evacuated or be on the lookout for things. So you can see people are walking around. It seems pretty normal here, far from the devastation that we've seen at the Chatuchak market. And as far as the authorities' statements are concerned, they have clearly said that there had been at least 77 to 80 aftershocks ever since the big earthquake struck in the neighboring Myanmar. Those 77 aftershocks have not done any damage, but nonetheless they have created some sort of fear in people, but authorities at the same time are saying that people need not fear those aftershocks. These will continue for the next week or so, next 2 weeks maybe, but people need not fear them. And most of the buildings have some sort of mechanism to handle these disasters, but at the same time there have been reports and experts have told that only about 10% of buildings in Bangkok have been made on standards that would qualify to withstand an earthquake or a strong tremor. So that's a pretty serious thing to be looked at. That is what is happening right now.
Also, Vishal, the international community has also stepped up, with even the United States coming and supporting in terms of the rescue operations. Any details on that front? Because you also told us that high-tech technology and even robotics to some extent was being deployed at the site of the rescue operation.
That's correct. So the United States Special Forces, we spotted them yesterday. At least 5 to 6 Special Forces personnel were there. We spoke to them, but they did not comment on what exactly they are doing. They told us that they are there to help and assist the Thai authorities, but they did not pinpoint to us what exactly and how, in what way they are trying to help them. But at the same time, there has been help trickling in, and a lot of technology has been deployed. Some students, some scientists have contributed to the cause by designing robots, and they have sent those robots, and those robots have been going in. We have reported on them, and they have been trying to locate people. They have located some people. with their 3D mapping system and their special cameras. And there are at least 3 to 4 different kinds of drones are being used that are hovering continuously over that pile of wreckage. So technology is not lacking here. I have spoken to the Deputy Prime Minister also. He said that technology is not shortcoming here, but at the same time they have asked for foreign help also, and so that remains to be seen what kind of help they get. So far China and India have sent some rescue material to the neighboring country of Myanmar, which is in desperate need of any help it can get. But Thailand is a developing country. Bangkok is quite developed. It is managing this disaster, but it's far from any, it still paints a grim picture because people have not really been pulled out.
Right, Vishal. Also, with the Thai authorities, any set of guidelines being delivered from their side, whether it's for the locals and the tourists? Because last we spoke, they had also issued a nationwide closure of the schools. So any developments on that front as well?
So on that front, most of the infrastructure is back on its feet. When you talk about the subway system, 90% of the subway system in Bangkok is back on its feet. Only 2 lines, the yellow and a pink line in Bangkok, is not working at the moment. They are assessing the area. And as I mentioned, the train services are also back. They were stopped when the tremor struck. And many malls are open. It's the weekend. People are going out. So it's jumping back to normalcy, but we'll go to the Chatuchak market where the ground zero is, and then we'll get to know what's exactly happening this morning.
Also, Vishal, with the embassy in Bangkok, of course, because it's a major tourist hub, any guidelines for tourists alike as well? Because Chatuchak weekend market is something that draws a lot of crowd as well.
So I was there for about 15 to 16 hours yesterday. That area is almost off limits for tourists and common folks. Only people who are helping in the rescue operations are allowed. The whole road, which is about 1.5 kilometers long, it's been cordoned off. There are military personnel there, there are police there, media personnel are allowed. But common folks are not encouraged to get inside that area. None of the common vehicles, pedestrian vehicles, can get inside. So it's the situation this morning is also the same. I have been hearing from authorities there that the whole area is still cordoned off. So the ground zero, as I've been mentioning, is there, and the authorities are making sure that their operation is not hindered.
All right, Vishal, thank you so much. We'll keep coming to you.